Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.
How's it going? So first, straight off the bat, you are definitely in the top echelon of actors right now. I've been following your career for a while, so super excited about this movie. At the same time, this is sort of like a humble type of film. And I guess I was wondering how you go about like making your choices, because there seems to be such a diversity in the types of roles and films that you pursue.
Mm-hmm. Making my choices as far as
an actor.
The work well, I just try to do things that speak to me. I have a dedicated team to sort of paving a path of work that speaks sort of just to the larger person than I am. So I try to just be careful about the things that I choose. You know, there's a sort of interesting kind of path I'm attempting to pave for myself, which is one that challenges me continuously. So I want to do things that force me to grow, but also in some ways speak to my philosophies and my dispositions toward life, if I can, if I'm lucky. You know, you don't always get a choice. So when I'm presented with a choice, I try to choose wisely.
Gotcha. Yeah, I feel like there is like identification in these roles. Like somehow I feel like there's pieces of the real you in there, and all like the huge variety of them.
There better be. Well, I'm in trouble.
Also, like in this movie, I feel like a special thing in the movie through all the actors, but definitely in your performance, there's a lot that's communicated in silence. Like so much of the movie is just a glance. Is you know, Carl like sitting in the background during the interviews, and he's just like freaking out, you know, and trying to understand if this thing that's going to work.
Yeah.
So like, how do you approach that? How do you approach acting with your glances? Acting without being able to actually use your words?
I think a lot of acting is listening and responding. On-screen acting especially, it's just about sort of more of what's implied and what's felt. A lot of what you feel isn't said. I'm feeling a million things right now in this interview. Like these lights are blinding me. I'm slightly hungry, a little tired, but you can only glean certain things because, of course, I'm in a state of performance right now. Mm-hmm. Always, we are in a suspended state of performance. So I guess maybe that's part of it, is that everything you feel isn't always directly shown, but can be implied.
Just got a diversity of performance right in that. I also read, and like, you know, I feel like you gotta like not trust half of like the BS you find on IMDb, because like someone wrote that in there, and like, yeah. I'm like, what is the deal with this? But I did read some things about you having a relationship to method acting. Is that something that's true? Is that something that you do pursue? Does that go across all your roles, or maybe just a few of them?
I never really thought of it as method acting per se, but I've heard people categorize sometimes what I do is that. Sometimes I dive in for other roles deeper than others, and I'll go to different extremes. Whatever I feel is necessary to sort of portray what we need to do, that's what I'll do.
Do you like feel like you put the skin on of a character? Do you feel like you inhabit a space, or are you just kind of pursuing your technical craft or your designs or creativity on it?
A little bit of both, I suppose. I don't really think about it when I'm going into it in terms of what I'm doing. I'm just trying to find and search for the way to make it come across the audience. So I'm not, if that makes sense, I'm not sort of going, well, this is how I'm going to approach this. It kind of is an organic experience based on what I feel is required.
I gotcha. Do you, what are your feelings right now on the kind of social realities that are occurring outside the window of this awesome hotel in New York?
It's a lot going on, man. Boom, 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 boom. The music is moving quickly, and it's a source of inspiration, but also it makes me think humans are crazy. So.
I don't think that's a far road to cross overall. Any new music stuff that's coming out soon that we should be aware of?
Stay tuned.
Okay, awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks for talking to us.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerves. Better shake your booties for black girl nerves.